Good afternoon, Gemini. I know it's been a while. I took about 6 months off from my channel because I had a lot of things going on in my life at the time. I know anybody who was watching my channel before knows that I had a lot of things going on, but I pretty much worked through all of those and aligning to better situations now, attracting better situations. And I feel more connected now, and I've been really being spiritually guided to hop back into making my videos again. I had plans to have these done over the weekend, but I lost one of my, I have 2 dogs, and both are senior dogs, and early yesterday morning we lost one of our dogs, so we've been kind of dealing with that. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started and start pulling these cards. This is my 6 Magic Tarot deck. And with this deck, it's pretty much going to be a love reading. Because when I use the 6 Magic cards, it's just a love energy. I'm not saying that, you know, your finances or whatnot is not going to come through, but this is mostly going to be focused on what's going on in your love life right now. Can I get some cards for Gemini? It's too many. And my deck knows, and my guides know, that I do not do reversals. Well, that's interesting. I haven't gotten that card before. Either of those. Right, I feel like all of these wanted to come out. Oh, and we got an extra card, got a bonus. And I'm going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards as well. And you know, it takes so much time to actually shuffle and to pull the cards on camera, but I know that people like to see, you know, the cards being shuffled and stuff, so I try to do that. It's too many. Hold on. Just give me one. And I'm going to pull one of my Love Your Inner Goddess cards. Oh, and that is way too many. But I am going to take these 2 right here that fell out because I'm being guided to. Oops, Energy Oracle cards. And it looks like somebody's dealing with some health issues. Just wanted to say that first of all, because there's been a few cards that have came out regarding health. And finances also showed up, so I believe I manifested that too. And I have this new deck that I just got. It's called the Literary Witches Oracle, and I'm still kind of getting used to this deck. Nice. So it's kind of interesting, but the first card that we have is the Wheel card, the Wheel of Fortune, clarified by sudden wealth. So if you are a gambler, now is the time to go. I know we have a casino here in my town, and so that's, whenever I get the Wheel of Fortune, I always look at this different ways. I mean, this could be, I don't really like to call it a karmic wheel anymore, but a wheel of like events that have been set in motion. A lot of times I'll read the card like that, but in this instance, I am really feeling very strongly that you are manifesting more money, whether it be a better career, a promotion, because whatever situation you have been in, it's completed itself. This is the end of a cycle. And like I said, for some of you, this could mean that you need to buy a lottery ticket or go to the casino, because it's definitely clarified by the sudden wealth card. So you definitely have more money coming to you. I'm getting for somebody, if you've been waiting on a settlement, like some sort of maybe a personal injury, that is going to pay out soon. Because like I said, I do have some cards here that involve health. So I'm feeling very strongly that, like for some of you, that this is a situation where if you have had maybe a personal injury lawsuit, I know those take some time, and this is going to be settling real soon, but you definitely have more money coming your way. And the guidance that's coming through is to be real positive and start showing gratitude for it now. Be excited because it's coming, and know that it's coming. That's really what these card readings are all about, because we do create our own reality. But when you hear a message like through one of these readings that resonate with you, it helps you to manifest because you believe it's true. And so definitely believe that it's true, that you are going to have more money coming your way. I have the Justice card. And once again, I'm feeling like for a lot of you, because this Justice card is clarified by message of concern and bad health. So for some of you, if you are suing somebody, like I said, you're going to get justice. This is going to be settled. I'm feeling very strongly that for a few of you, maybe you've been off work due to like some sort of short-term disability. You're going to be getting good news about that. Or maybe you've been waiting on, disability, and you're going to be receiving good news about that also. Because this Justice card, I'm feeling very strongly, has to do with some sort of settlement, something taking place. Maybe someone has had to sue an employer for like maybe unemployment or, severance pay or something, but this is going to work itself out. This is going to be in your favor, because I feel very strongly here. I said this was going to be a love reading. And it's turned out just to be, I feel like we've got some love stuff coming through, but it's really funny I said that, and then it's going to be like this. Oh, and there was 2 cards. The bad health, the concern, and the message of concern. These 2 cards were stuck together. How cool. So if you've been waiting to hear from someone, maybe you've been waiting to receive a letter about benefits, maybe about insurance money, that is going to be happening. For someone who has been waiting to hear back, maybe you interviewed, filled out an application, you interviewed for a job and you're waiting to hear, that is going to happen also. So definitely clear that worry, that concern that you have, because worrying isn't going to do anything for the situation. The situation is really calling for you to be in a place of deep faith and positivity. And like I said, start being thankful for, appreciating, and being excited about the stuff that's coming your way, because you do have a lot of positive things coming your way. we have the Knave of Swords. And this is all about, and you have quite a bit of swords energy, like all swords. All the rest of the cards are swords. So this is all about mental conflict. So I'm showing a lot of worry, a lot of trying to figure things out, a lot of thinking logically. And you need to be in a place of faith. I know it's really, really hard when you're used to using your mind to solve problems, to be in a place of faith and to trust that the universe is going to always has your back and is going to provide for you. But that's what this situation is calling for. We have Blame My Gypsy Soul and the Finch Spirit Guide, I Love Us. So I'm feeling like for some of you that you've been wanting to pick up and move, that you have felt like, you're stagnant, like you need to branch out. I'm seeing for some of you a moving truck, a U-Haul. And the message that's coming through is that the time is right, and you are going to have the finances that are going to allow you to do this. Like I said, for some of you, and for a lot of you, the sudden wealth. I don't know how it's coming in. It's coming in differently for each and every one of you. But I'm feeling very strongly that some of you actually even have maybe a long-distance relationship. That maybe you've been thinking about moving to where this other person lives. And this money is going to allow that to happen. I'm seeing for a lot of you that this spring there's going to be new change, and there's going to be a fresh start. There's going to be lots of changes coming in. We have the Four of Swords. And this Four of Swords is clarified by the Healer of the Ages. So once again, a lot of healing is going on. And I feel like this really has to do, and this almost is like, I'm almost getting like a caregiving type of energy. That, a few of you, if not many of you, have been really focused on self-care. Really taking better care of yourself. Eating better, exercising, really making a lot of changes, because we do have this Healer of the Ages card letting you know that you're on the right path. And a lot of times when you do start making these improvements in your life, it helps to raise your vibrations. And you feel better, you're happier, you're healthier. And when you do that, you're actually able to align to higher vibrational situations. And that is what is happening here. And that is the reason why your finances are improving. And like I said, for a lot of you, you're going to bridge this gap with this distance that you've had with this other person. This connection that you have is mutual. I'm feeling like, for many of you that you've been, worried that it's almost like, do I take this plunge? Where you've kind of been holding back and trying to play it safe. And the message that's coming through is that this is a mutual connection. And it will be very satisfying if you just open yourself up, stop overthinking, because there's a lot of overthinking going on right now as far as basically everything goes. A lot of worrying, a lot of anxiety. Because here we have the Two of Swords. And this is love being presented to you. And this is love like you've never experienced before. And I'm feeling very strongly that, it almost was like this whole energy of it's too good to be true. I'm really kind of scared of this because I've been hurt before. What if this turns out the same way that the past situations have. But the message that's coming through is that, because you have this Angel of Love card, letting you know that it's safe to love. This is a divine connection, and it is very protected. And the only thing that can affect this connection would be your fears. If you fall into a place where you start believing your thoughts instead of going with your intuition, which is your feelings and following your heart, so to speak, I know it sounds cliche, you could create a lot of obstacles, a lot of trust issues, a lot of past pain coming up that you are carrying in from, like I said, from past hurts, past relationships. So you really need to work on clearing that and having this fresh start with this new person. That if you have not already met this person, they are coming in. And if you have met them, you're going to be ascending to like a new level of commitment and intimacy. And we have the Knight of Swords. These cards are so kinky. I love them though. Wow, this energy here. And this card to me screams trust. Because in order to be this level of intimacy here in this card, there has to be a level of trust. And just imagine this scenario for a minute. Like if you really allowed yourself to really get lost in this situation here and really trusted and really experienced pleasure and intimacy by being very open and vulnerable and trusting, that is the key to a more satisfying, more like a deeper connection, one that's not so superficial, that's just surface deep. Because you want to be able to scratch the surface, because intimate relationships like this are definitely more satisfying sexually, spiritually, emotionally, physically, all of that, if you are in a place of trust where you really are able to connect to the other person. And the way that you connect is that, you trust, you set all your fears aside. And so this situation is calling for you to have trust. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and pull one of my romance angel cards because I'm being guided to do that. All right, give me a card, a romance angel card for Gemini. There we go. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So I'm getting for a lot of you that you have not even told this person how you feel. And so the spiritual guidance that's coming up is that, yes, it's one thing to show somebody how you feel. And, we do that in lots of different ways. I mean, this could be, preparing a meal or buying a gift or, even showing someone how you feel, like with this card here. But sometimes you have to eventually express your feelings. This is something you're going to have to tap into. And don't overthink it. When the time is right, express yourself. Because the other person would like to hear it. They would like to know. They're tired of second guessing. We have the Ace of Swords. Once again, we have a bondage scenario, so maybe that's your thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. And once again, this involves trust, because the message that's coming through is that if you can be this intimate and this trusting with someone, don't you trust them with your feelings, with your emotions? Because it is safe to love. Because this is a mutual connection. I know a lot of times, if I do a reading, sometimes it comes up that maybe, this is not mutual. Maybe the other person is playing games, or maybe the other person doesn't feel the same way, or the other person's playing hard to get. But in this particular scenario, this is a mutual connection. So you need to trust, and you need to be open, and you need to be vulnerable. If you guys have never checked out any of Brene Brown's videos, you can find her on YouTube. She talks all about vulnerability, about how we can spend our whole lives having superficial connections with people, just barely getting by, just with like the bare minimum expression, and just barely having any type of intimacy, where we still have a bunch of walls up and stuff. But you don't have rewarding experiences that way. Yes, you might get hurt, but that's how we learn, and that's how we grow, and that's why we're here. We're here to experience these type of things. So let go and trust. I have the Sylvia Plath card. This is from my Literary Witches Oracle, which I just love this deck, and I'm still trying to kind of get used to this. It says The Dark, Sylvia Plath. She was definitely one of the more darker authors, poets. In fact, she actually committed suicide. So if anyone here is dealing with depression, because I'm feeling like for some of you that you might be, and you might even be waiting on disability for, maybe some sort of depression, or some sort of bipolar disorder. I mean, that's coming through for a few of you. I just want to say, first of all, that some people are more sensitive to energy than others. I personally don't even believe in mental health labels. And understand, this is my disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling anyone to quit taking medicine or anything like that. But a lot of times you're more connected to, you're more spiritually awakened than other people, and you're more sensitive to energy. And it's that whole dark night of the soul type of thing going on. And I'm not saying don't get money for it. This is free money. If you can get it, by all means. In this system, this matrix that we're living in, whatever you can get, by all means, please do go get it. But it's all right to be different. If it's all right to be introverted. It's all right to, I don't even know who came up with, all these categories and all these social norms that, if you don't fit in, if you're not like this or that or whatever, that something's wrong with you. I'm letting you know nothing's wrong with you. Everyone is, be yourself. Always be comfortable in your own skin. There's nothing wrong with you. Find things that make you happy every day. If it's going outside or reading or music, I play my records, whatever it is, really find that. Meditate every day. That message is coming through. Sylvia Plath. Living in the dark, intensity, and fury. So this is kind of a dark energy. And it's a certain amount of disconnection. Like, see how her arms, see how they're disconnected from her body? So it's a certain amount of disconnection that I'm feeling, that maybe you're feeling disconnected from your partner. You're feeling disconnected from others. And it's all right to be antisocial. I know I get that way myself. And once again, we don't have to be like everybody else. There's no set rules for society that you have to be like this or like that, or you're not normal. I mean, that's just a bunch of bullshit. I'm just saying. But you can connect to your spiritual guidance, and you can do this by meditating every day. Plus, it'll give you peace too. I know I listen to Chinese music, but you can listen to jazz or piano or whatever type of music that you like to listen to, and just sit and just be free of your mind for about 5 minutes and work your way up to 10-15 minutes a day. Well, Gemini, this is your reading. I'm going to be doing the readings, try to get them done every 2 weeks. I'm not going to try to get them done every week like I used to because it's just a lot. But I am doing a reintroductory offer right now for $25 for readings through Cash App and PayPal. I will be going up on that in the future. This is just like, so I can get my channel up and going again. So if anyone would like a personal reading, please reach out to me. I'll include that in the description of the video, my email address. So thank you for watching.